Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode 109. I am your host, Rage Body as always. Joining me this time is DX Takamina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, and Steve on the bottom right. What's up, everybody?
Just chilling.
How are you guys feeling? Has been an exciting week for y'all, or?
Busy.
I got nothing. I'm currently 1 whole month off work. That's all good thing. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna detox from work, and I'm gonna focus more on other projects. Maybe how about this show? What I'm doing every week with you guys. So, what happened this week? Well, there's some stuff happened this week on the Produce48 side. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, since because for this final episode, the whole episode is when we watch things like 2 hours. It's long, 1.5 hours. You think a live broadcast would be like, oh, maybe it's going to be an hour and a half. No, 3.5 hours. It was.
Yep.
It's a long watch, and it's excruciating. This was torture, basically, to watch this, to the results. There is some controversy, I would say, from the results. Some good things, some bad things.
Mostly bad, though.
Yeah, so we're not going to explain details, but from what I saw, it's like, I'm happy it's over. It was a good experience, good session, and who knows what happens in the future. Still, what we're going to talk about mainly, I would say, is something came out this week, and that is NGT's 48 fourth single.
Yes.
No clue what the title is right now, so help me out here.
Sekai hito. Sekai no hito.
Yeah.
Something world is cute? What?
No.
Sekai no hito.
People of the world.
People of the world. Okay. Should I just go ahead and review a little bit how the MV was and then have our thoughts on it?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, so as you know, they filmed this in Russia.
Vladivostok.
And they were going to this style. So basically how the MV starts is you see this this young girl, blonde, from Russia, talking to her father. And her father is like this circus entertainer guy. And she has like dreams of idols, basically, and then her favorite is NGT, and then all of a sudden she gets a message from Ogino, and it's like, just believe yourself, just stay where you are, you're gonna be fine. And then it's just a whole build up to this music video in Russia, and they are performing their live on the street, and I think there was live street, so the people have a genuine reaction, and it goes on. The song itself, I would say, it's fine. It just goes a lot like, oh yeah, woo woo. It's like, again, with the cookie cutter style. It wasn't that endearing to me. Anything special out of the ordinary. I think the bagpipes that came in were just a little bit interesting, but not that great. And the biggest funny moment to me was when finally the girl, the blonde girl, Russian girl, gets pulled in by Ogino, and they are so happy, and bam! Headbutt each other, and they're like, oh, sorry, they couldn't take another take of this. No, it needs to be live on that side. And then ends up, and they have a little talk together, and then she wakes up, and she's in the second single clothes, basically. So, yeah, it's... What are your guys' thoughts on this? Personally, I think it's fine, not great, not awful.
I really love the video. The single itself is fine, but I really fell in love with the music video, though. I really liked it, actually. It's more like there was this message they were trying to send out for the foreign fans of the 48 group. It basically is, it's not impossible to meet your favorite idols, even if they're from Japan, and even if you're a foreigner. Just keep doing your best, keep doing what you can, and it will happen eventually. If I gonna put myself in this position, I actually met the 48 group members myself. So yeah, it's definitely not impossible. It's hard, but it's not impossible. And that's the message they were trying to send out. And I think it got sent out pretty good, actually. So.
Agree.
Okay, Steve?
Okay, so I really love the music video. I really love the concept that they bring. Especially when they were giving parallels between this girl and Ogi, how even Ogi is known as the Cinderella girl, how she kept on striving up more and more, just wanted to achieve her dream. And then the message with this would also be the same thing with the one Russian girl. And plus, I read the comments of the video, and apparently she's an actual NGT fan.
Yep.
So that's really nice to see.
She has a
Her
Twitter.
Twitter exploded. Yes, her Twitter exploded.
She has a lot, like 2,000, 3,000 extra followers after this video, and yeah, she's a legit NGT fan, and
Yep.
they reached out to her and then put her in the video.
And I thought that was really amazing to do. And if I had a nitpick, I felt like the song was a little bit like it ended too quickly. I thought it would have been longer. Other than that, I liked the song.
Okay, Derek.
Yeah. So my thoughts. First of all, can you hear me? Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry, just making sure. There's like a little mini earthquake here, so I just want to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, it was weird.
Be careful though. Be careful though.
Yeah. It's like that happens every day here. It's like nothing.
Okay.
I just want to make sure it didn't mess up anything. Okay, so basically, I got to give NGT credit for doing something different. I can't remember the last time I saw an idol video shot in Russia. Has that ever been done? Like,
Not by Japanese idols, I would say.
No.
right?
Last foreign video would be Sekai from SK48 in India, I think. But
No, they've been
yeah.
they've been out of the country before, but like the furthest to film it like in Russia, even though Russia is still closer to Japan than any other European country.
wait, NMB was in Ibiza, I think. So
Yeah, Ibiza Go.
yeah.
And they've been to
Okay.
Hawaii and they went to stuff like that, but not like Russia. Russia is never been done before by a Japanese group, I would say.
No, I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. Like that right there, I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that NGT so far they've been taking some risks with what they're doing. They're doing stuff different, which I think is cool. They have the right mindset, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The
exactly.
execution, not so much. It was cookie cutter, like you said, Robin. The whoa, like it's like please every single cut out epic chant chorus part. We don't need it. Like it works, but only when it works. In other words, like when it's really called for. Not let's just throw it in here to make the song sound epic. I felt that's exactly why that was there. I did love the story. And the fact that this girl's a fan. I mean, that's awesome. That's cool. I think you hit it on the head, DX, about like, you know, being able to realize your dreams there, the idol stuff. Ogi continues to be the Cinderella. Even though she didn't exactly come away with the, you know, the glass slippers on her feet at the Sasankyo, she might as well have, considering the other person who went on with them has truly been missing from the ball, so to speak. I'd say Ogi's definitely kind of picked up the slack there along with everyone else, but Ogi coming out pretty strong on this was good. I thought she shined very well. I'd say the best part of this song was the verse. From a melodic standpoint, I was getting goosebumps. I was like, oh my God, did they just pull like another second single? Like I was literally getting ready to start crying and freaking out that like my beloved AKB48 gave me another song to love. And I didn't think that was possible. I mean, NGT's second single was the last song I could say really has ascended those heights for me. But it just descended into this like Koisuro fortune cookie in the middle of the streets of Russia ripoff kind of deal. And I was like, and it got to be a little hokey. And then I was like, and the chorus was like, who wrote this? So it was like,
well,
it was the verse, incredible. Honestly, this was me. I was like, oh my God, they're actually gonna do it. All right, well, another song, whatever. So not bad. I'll still give him a lot of credit for that verse. I thought the MV itself, the whole long story, it was cool. I mean, you know, it was cool. Again, Russia, that's just awesome. All love and prop and respect to everybody in Russia who might like idols. It's great to see a connection there. I hope we hear more from Russian fans. I hope that opens some doors, even just from Japan and Russia in general. You know, idols have that power, I think. So I hope the overall effect of this MV will be far more reaching than the actual song itself, because the song itself is not going to reach, I think, too far because it's not made too well, in my opinion. Again, the verse, amazing. I just wish the cookie cutter stuff could have been taken out. Like maybe they could have busted into like, you know, they had this like real cool NGT second single type verse building, and then they would have busted into like straight up like EDM dance beat groove or something. Man. or something unexpected. I mean, bagpipes, okay, whatever. We're heading for the kazoo, you know it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. And I almost expected it here. But the thing is, it's like they're at least thinking different. Like, I feel like the next great song is either going to come from NGT. I honestly do, because they've already hit gold with their second single. I mean, that song is truly amazing. Or it's going to come, I think, from NMB.
NMB48.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
I think so. I have a feeling we might have a Korean member in Sembal.
I have a feeling there might be a Korean joining them too. And if she does, any song they do is going to freaking explode, because that girl is bad ASS. And on top of that, Miru and her, oh my god, it's like Milky Sayane, but the 10 times hotter, sexier version, if that's even possible. And all love and respect to Sayane Milky. I love Sayane Milky, but oh my god, that girl is ridiculously gorgeous.
Lee Ga-eun could be instant number one in Sosenkyo.
Instant. Well, don't get me wrong, they still got to have a decent song, but here's the thing with that. They could almost cookie cut an EDM, like traditional NMB, like dance floor, like a Common Eggs Part 2. They literally could just repeat Common Eggs with those two girls and just switch it up a little cleverly so we don't quite hear it the first 20 times. And guess what? I'm all aboard. That would be the best song in the year. I need a club thumper.
Here's my honest opinion, what I want to see on NMB48. So it's going to be Sayane's graduation single. Yep. But I would like another coupling song with Miru and with Lee Ga-eun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, actually, Robin, no. You're shooting way too low. Let it be the new order of things after. Let it be like, okay, Sayane, we love you. You brought us such greatness in all the years. I'm just gonna miss you so much. Welcome, Lee. Welcome. Come into the fold. We love you. You're hot. And on top of that, you can dance extremely well. You sing great. You're a leader. Miru has her sister. Like, let's do it. Let's get it on. And then the first single after Sayane is like the new NMB. Like, think about it. That would put NMB in such good position this year to go from eating total crap all last year and this year to all year gonna eat our crap now. Because it's like I could just see it. Can you imagine? This girl, she could fit. I mean, she was already speaking Japanese. You know, they were working on it. And look, if Matsui Jurina can do it, then this girl, Lee, can do it.
Oh, she already speaks fluently Japanese, so that's fine.
Oh, get her over here. What is going to be doing? Get her over here.
Well, it depends on the talent agency of Predis. And if Predis is going to say, yeah, go ahead. And I really hope so. I want to see more of Lee Ga-eun.
Well, you know what I want to see? A Korean girl in AKB. Just period. Like, we have a Chinese or Taiwanese.
Taiwanese, yeah.
Taiwanese. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Chinese.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
We have Indonesian. We've all those, but Korea, where she would literally be at, right?
Well, I would like to see Cheon as well going in.
Yes, Cheon, please come. She's a leader. She's such a leader girl.
Haewon is also very good. I would see in there.
I would take them.
Yeah.
Yuna and Yuri, they would be fun in there because they have such a close relationship with Juri.
To be quite honest, though, on the variety side, I would love to see 1K in.
Yeah.
One of the How Girls, 1K. I would really love to see her working again with Chiori. Oh man.
Yeah, so it could work, and maybe that will be a plan in the future. Who knows? What if the iZone thing is slowing down, or you have other girls because you had 96 of them. So who knows what will happen on that side?
Yes, they haven't debuted it anyway, so.
Well, it's coming.
What I'd like to see too is something with like Gotomoe and one of the Korean girls or something, like maybe like a duo or something, or like branches from this, because Produce48, without getting into it or anything, like it was cool. Like it actually turned out to be a pretty awesome thing. Yep. All prop and love and respect to Korea for convincing me of something I didn't think was gonna worked. And on top of that, I got to know a bunch of new girls, new idols. And on the Korean side, they were so sweet and so nice to the Japanese girls. And it was like, not what I expected. And just not saying like I thought the Korean girls were gonna be mean or anything, but there was a camaraderie there that was really beautiful to watch.
It was
Really.
also, now I'm a little bit spoiled because because my judgment with NGT48 single, with like watching Produce48 for the past couple of weeks, and just they do just a random song for a competition, and rolling. That's right now always on my mind during that song. That makes me so happy. That does, rolling, shaky. That's so much fun. That was so easy to pull off. And I'm thinking now, like, that's the standard for me now. I just want those type of songs. Just if they're so easy to make, why are they so much struggling in the Japanese side? I would say.
Well, I think it's just difference, right? It's just cultural difference. It's because K-pop is all about Western ideals, like we've talked about, and J-pop is trying to do something that's not. It's the total opposite. So like, it's just a struggle there, I think.
You haven't watched the entire episode of 12, so you didn't hear the song they have to perform that was written by Akimoto Yashi.
Oh man,
I'm curious.
His effort was definitely put in there and not in Sentimental Train. And
Interesting.
It really shows, and I think, and we're a little bit early to this, but I'm just gonna mention it anyway. So again, it's the end of the month, or new month basically now. So the question for August is, and Jerrison asked a few questions, and one of his questions was, what do you think of Akimoto Yashi's songwriting? And well, he writes the lyrics, so it's more a focus on that. And then
he's not a composer. He's not a composer.
He's not the composer, so we can't blame him on that. But I do have the feeling that he is not motivated anymore with the 48 group. Because it was very much showing with this song he had to create for the Korean side that he was much more motivated to hit it out of the park, because it's a different audience and it's a new challenge for him. And I really believe that he doesn't find it challenging anymore, because hey, we're already at the top, and there's no new height to go there. The only thing is global, but management, because even though he's the creator, you still have like this board of directors that are still like, well, I don't think it's wise for business, and they're idiots.
Yep.
But they are really like limiting themselves. So maybe he's not motivated. So what do you guys think on that?
You might have a good point, because the difference in quality between the Produce48 song and the Sentimental Train is staggering. It's not even funny at this point. It's more like, I don't know. It's not even funny. It's more like, why is that Produce48 song so good if you compare it to Sentimental Train, which is utter garbage pretty much. So yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't have an explanation.
Yeah. Go ahead, Derek.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, Steve, go. And I got something to say, but go ahead.
I have nothing really to say, because I haven't even watched Produce48 yet, and I haven't even heard the song either, so I can't really have an opinion on that.
But in general, what do you think about Aki's motivation?
Yeah, I feel like his motivation has been going down, especially the past couple years, as we can see within AKB's music in general. And I guess all the 48 groups, maybe except NGT.
Yeah, I don't mean this in any disrespect or anything to AKB, but he's what, 60?
Yeah, something like that, I think. I'll take a quick look.
I don't know if he's 60.
Am I overshooting there? Because I don't mean to.
He is 40 plus.
60. He's 60. Actually.
60.
Yeah. Born on 2nd of May, 1958.
He's been doing this for a long time.
It's been a long time. Every true artist has peaks and valleys. I think he's been doing AKB a long time. I think we've seen every possible crescendo you can have in AKB at this point. At this point, again, I'm telling you right now, it's about a rebirth. It's about rebranding, and it's about getting with the time that you're in now, instead of being stuck in the 80s and putting out 80s like type hits, or thinking the same song can be redone over and over again, and we're all just going to buy it because of the handshake tickets. Eventually, that's going to crumble, and I think the answer again is below his feet in the underground world here in Tokyo. There's a million different things he can find there to be creative and re-spark his interest, I feel. But he's an older man. He has great success. He probably wants to get on with his life, but he's also an artist. And I know any artist, they get bored. And the way they get to be, they stay artists is they challenge themselves. So I think in that sense, Robin, you're absolutely right. I think he's probably like, I want to hit out of the park before this is Korea. This is a new place. That's why I'm doing this to begin with. That's why I'm lending you all my girls, basically, to come over and basically do this because it's something new. Hey, why not? And Korea's next door, so it's not like we have to fly all the way across the world. It's a couple-hour plane ride or whatever.
Yeah,
so
you can do a guerrilla position special mission like in an hour if you didn't think about it.
Exactly. So the thing is, I get where he's coming from with that, and again, he could do pretty much whatever he wants. I think even with the board of directors, he is the ultimate senpai, so they would have to defer to him, I think, just purely on the basis of the Japanese rules of like how systems work here with like management and who's at the top. And I mean, AKB's say is 10 times more powerful than any board of directors say, no matter if they vote or not. Like he's AKB, but like you said, global would be the other obvious kind of step, but then again, from somebody who's had to bring just 16 people over and the $30,000 that costs, I can't imagine bringing a whole freaking group of girls over, reinstating them places, getting you're talking a huge chunk of their profit going out the window that for a possible fraction of fans that may or may not like them, depending on whatever. So I get maybe why they're not doing that, but I do think he can still be I mean, like even NGT, like there's just a string of stuff that just hasn't quite worked like it should. Where remember we were a couple years ago, it was like boom, 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 hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just
Yep.
The golden age.
endless. Endless. No, even after the gold age, like the Koi Serve Fortune Cook era, it was like endless amounts. And now it's like we're like scraping for whatever we can. Shouldn't be like that in my opinion. So,
so
I don't blame that all on. I'm just saying.
To follow up that, the second question just now was, would it be wise to start a group in the US, like a US 48? And to go into depth, Steve, we haven't heard you about the East Meet West experience on your side. Well, you have your video, of course, on your channel. But would you like to say how did it feel like, and would you compare it to would this work? Would a US 48 work with the style of Akamotoyasu songwriting? Basically, witness it now. Japanese idols in America.
So I would have to say my East meets West experience was an amazing experience, and I have to thank Derek once again for the opportunity for it. The interviews, like he said last week, I was really nervous, but after the interviews, I actually got like more comfortable with the members, especially during the checkies. So I got to talk to them a bit more. But it seems like in America, it's still not here yet for idols. I feel like there needs to be more promotion, but as of right now, I don't see it working, because I had talked to the other fans that were there, and they said that it's mostly the same people that come to these events right now, and they're the ones that travel all over the place. So I can see it's hard. It's going to be hard, especially with like how the US music is right now, with like more on the R&B, rap, hip-hop kind of side. That's why K-pop is predominantly more popular here. And then the Japanese music is more about the bias for us mentality, from what I've heard. But it seems like they're steadily growing out of that. But it's going to take some time in order for things to get, I'd say, better. I can see it maybe in a couple years, possibly, if Japanese music decides to be more about like going abroad. I mean, just like for say Yanamu, Hanako-san, and Necroma, they're willing to come here and just spread their music all over the place now after East Meets West Fest. Overall, it was a fun time, and I was in the front row. I was rocking, headbanging, especially the Hanako-san. I know Derek saw me in the front row when she gave me the one guy from X Japan said I got dumped on a little bit. I had like cranberry juice like on my whole entire left side on the second day.
Oh dear.
I wanted to get like the full like package though, but no. Andrew, the other guy from Cleveland, he kind of knelt down before me, and I was like, "Dang it, I missed my opportunity." But I would have to say probably Yanami left the most impression with me because I was just amazed by their singing and like how like their music is composed. Like it almost did make me emotional, just like Derek had said before when he first saw them, and this is my first time seeing them, and I almost felt the same way, to be honest. I mean, it was fun talking to each of the girls. I know Rena, she brought up because after she saw that I had this AKB case in the interviews, and then she just started talking to me about idols and other idols that I liked. So it was,
Awesome.
it was
Awesome.
really quite interesting. It was nice to see how like each of the members noticed me from the interviews the day before. So I had at least something to talk about, other than like how the show was the day before. Like I had like a smile on my face the whole entire time I was there. I got to meet a lot of nice fans and people. I got to meet Josh Box and Slow Podcast for the first time. I got to meet Derek in person, and I got to meet the other guy from Cleveland, and just the people that I met at J-Pop Summit last year, they also came. So I got to talk to them again. It was really nice. And just talking to the idols in general was really nice. Especially Hanako-san. Like, I wasn't expecting her to be so friendly, to be honest. Like, she was just up and walking around, talking to people. And then after the show on day 2, she actually, like, came outside and she started, like, brooming the entrance. She actually dropped the broom, and one of the guys, he was wearing like I think like a priest or like minister outfit during Hanako's show, and he gave her the cross that he had, and she started like exercising each of us. So it was, and then I asked Hanako to curse me, and she did. So I'm cursed now.
Oh, goody.
Oh, good. Oh wait.
But overall, you would say your experience there was, well, an amazing time and very interesting.
It was amazing.
So you would say then, like you said, for it to work in US 48, right now the citizens of the United States need more exposure to. We need like a viral video, like Asai when that came out for Korea. That it suddenly is like you had this booming effect. Even though Psy was already a big name in Korea, he was now worldwide known because of his Gangnam Style, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and it's just like the music in general is different here.
Yeah.
Kind of that's why K-pop like adopted the Western. And that's why that's kind of here. I feel like J-pop is gonna have to do something similar, but like not change their style too much in order for it to work. If you know what I mean.
Alright, is this now an option? Can they, for the next AKB48 single, or any of the groups, can they now be like, hey, we had enough of the girls in Produce48 who know the Korean style. How about we make a Senbatsu Korean style song? Maybe if they want to play it safe, they can make it a coupling song. And if it's even better than that, make it a main single song. Could they go the Korean style, but with Japanese influence? Like with Nekoya. Nekoya had like second verse, or there's actually a full version in Japanese.
Yeah, there's a
Or
real version, yeah.
what Blackpink does. When they perform in Japan, they perform the Japanese version of the songs. So basically, you can still make it a Japanese song, but with the style of the Korean. That's a style of the Western rap and drum, like Derek mentioned.
Yeah, I feel like that would work. And I feel like that would get people interested and then bring more people in and then start exposing them to more of the music.
And
I feel like that would work.
they got nothing to lose because, as we mentioned before, the fans, the hardcore fans for the handshake events, do not care about the CD. So it doesn't matter what song is on there. So you can take this risk, get the worldwide attention, and still have the same amount of sales because handshake tickets.
Yeah.
Basically, a very good example right now. So we know Andy, of course, the NMB hardcore fan for Yamamoto
Yeah.
Sayaka. He already is like, oh goody, I'm gonna buy so many handshake tickets because it's the final send-off for Yamamoto Sayaka. Doesn't matter what song it is, doesn't matter what it is. He already has
buys
his
it.
mindset.
He
It's
buys
like,
it.
I'm
He's
gonna,
buying it.
yeah, I'm gonna get so many of these tickets because I don't care about CDs. I want to say goodbye to Yamamoto Sayaka. So why not take that risk, I would say? Why not go like, hey, let's just go crazy with this song and really try something new. Not like the thing they've been doing for the past few months, years maybe, but like go really like take a different genre. Take what worldwide is renowned. You know, that like, okay, if we do this, it will be an instant hit.
Yeah.
I don't like that though. I mean, yeah, I think it's marketing wise, yeah, it makes sense, sure. But I think you're selling out then. I think like to me, I'll give you an example. Carrie Pamu Pamu came to America and sold out a lot of her shows when she was first in like her Pom 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 video went viral, and
Yeah.
next like I remember going to her sold out show in New York City, and was Best Buy Theater, and it was incredible. It was so much fun. It was a great time. Everybody was so excited. That's where I met Yasutaka Nakata, who did Perfume and KPP stuff. He was just walking around. Nobody knew him at the time. I don't know. Like I felt, wow, Japan has invaded America, and successfully this time. And I thought like, this is good. This is a good thing. Then Perfume came, and Perfume did 5 dates in America after that, and I don't think they sold out any of the dates, but they came pretty darn close. Or maybe they'd sold out one of them, but it was like I went to all 5, and it was amazing. But the problem is, like Steve said, it's the same people. It's always the same group of people that go to all these shows. There's like a core group of people that love Japanese culture that go to all of these things. I saw that East Meets West. A lot of the people who bought VIP tickets were at the Necroma VIP show in December. Almost all of them, actually, including the guy with the cross. Like I forget his name, but all those dudes were. And I'm hoping they will be there in November for the next thing. But the thing is like, to get big, yes, you could adopt a different style and try to do that. And like you said, I mean, they don't really got much to lose in that sense. I agree with you there. But I also think like the thing I love about Japanese music is that it's Japanese. I don't want it to be K-pop. I don't want it to be American. I don't mind if they borrow elements and they make it into their own thing with Japanese influence. That's cool. But I think like I want them to stay as weird and as crazy and as unusual as the Western world perceives it. Because now that I work here, I live here, it's not unusual or weird as much as it was before, but it's even better for me now because there's so many cultural things that people miss, I think, if you don't have that awareness. And I still don't have it, by the way. I'm not saying I do. I'm saying I'm getting there. I'm getting a little bit of it, like starting to understand why things are done the way they're done, why things are said the way they're said, and why things are written the way things are written, especially in the underground idol world. But I think, like, again, the answer is here. If they really want to do something great, they need to believe in what they're doing, but they need to just stop writing crappy songs. It's really basic songwriting. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
They don't have basic songwriting skills. They just don't. And well, no, I take that back. They're too basic. Like it's like it's when you have a song like right, when you have a song like NGT's 4th single that has this incredible verse that really builds off what NGT is starting to become. The second single, the 4th single verse, they're similar, and I was like, oh, okay, this is good. I can buy this. This is good. And they're starting to build their sound, and then you just break into the world's most generic chorus imaginable with the even more generic like choir epic chant. It's like, dudes, did you just give up? Like, who wrote that? Like, did the same person who wrote the verse actually write the chorus? I have a hard time believing it. So it's like you have to get real songwriters in there, people that have visions, like Yasutaka Nakata. For all the stuff he's done with Perfume and Carry Pamu Pamu, you know it's a Yasutaka song when you hear it. You just know. Capsule, Carry Pamu Pamu, or Perfume, it's Yasutaka. He has his sound. AKB needs a maestro. They need, or a couple of them wouldn't be bad. How about this? Every group, they should give a maestro. Somebody who is totally going to make their sound theirs. Somebody at the helm, not a board of directors that has to sit there for 28 days to try to decide on a chorus, which is probably what's happening. It's a bunch of people that don't have any musical knowledge really, and they're like, oh, that sounds good, because they don't know any better, because they're not musicians, they don't care. They just want to get something out because it's just about the handshake tickets. I say screw all that. Make the emphasis about creating really good music. And here's the easiest path to do that. Go back to the beginning. Realize what AKB was. Realize what they did. Realize how crazy it was. Do you guys remember SK48's 1, 2, 3, 4 Euroscoop?
Yeah.
How quirky and bizarre and weird that song is, and the MV is even weirder, and it worked on every level, and it's so undefinable. It's not K-pop. It's not America. It's J-pop. Okie dokie. SK had a string of them. AKB had a string of them. Go back to that time and realize what made that so original. It was the quirkiness. It was the weirdness. It was taking all these elements from all these other genres and making it J-pop and doing it in the only way a Japanese person can. Make your maestros that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to borrow from K-pop, great, but make it J-pop. You know?
What a good example is, so, again, just mentioning Produce48. When they had this battle, they used one Japanese song. They used one AKB48 song. Out of all the songs they could have chosen, High Tension. And they had to adjust High Tension to make it more look like a feature, because they had to do a solo part in there, and they changed the song.
It's like, interesting.
Leave it to me.
Why?
Leave it to me.
Why'd they do it?
Because the song High Tension isn't that great.
Besides that,
they could have done any other song, and they chose the disco song that could technically maybe have a little bit of crossover in other worlds, because it's just straight disco pop. So I get that idea, but I also think like there was they could have did Common Eggs. That would have fit perfectly with K-pop. I mean, it's about as close to K-pop as you're gonna get, I guess, in terms of EDM. But it's like, or Uza would have been fine. But or like, Escape. If you don't, oh yeah, Escape would have been really good, actually, good one. But I think like if you're gonna reinvent AKB and make it relevant for the next 10 years, which I hope they do, and they will, they'll figure it out. I'm sure they will. You just got to get maestros, and you got to look to what's being creative today. And all the creativity in Japan is in the underground idol world. That's why I'm there. It's a haven for it. Listen to Yanamu. I mean, you want creativity. There you go. Hire the dudes who wrote those songs. I guarantee.
I was amazed.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, their songs are so much more better than what AKB and the 48 groups are producing now, just after one experience.
Although, to be fair, AKB is traditional idol, it's trad idol stuff, and Yanamu is very much underground. But again, that's what I'm saying. Rebrand. Take AKB and make it more edgier, more interesting, more creative. Go back to what 1, 2, 3, 4 Euroscoop, wherever that thinking came from. Whoever was the weirdo that came up with that song, put that weirdo back in charge. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that in the best loving possible way. I want that. I want that AKB. I don't even want underground idol. I want that AKB that can borrow from the creativity spirit that I find in underground idol and make it AKB. Like, I want another Ogoe Diamond. Just give me that.
Do you see that the path AKB is going? Do you see that they will actually be still alive in 10 years?
If they do what I'm saying, yes.
No, not to change like what they're doing now.
The current path.
No, the current path, no. They're gonna burn out. It's that, or they're growing so much that the things are getting ignored. That's gonna come back. That karma's gonna mess them. Taipei was a mistake. I mean, it's a disaster. Mumbai, is it even around? It's more like Mumble 48, because that's all we're hearing are mumblings. It's like you don't. There's nothing out there, and then so you have all these groups in Japan, right? And they're not. It's like they don't have their own identities. I mean, NGT is about as close you can get to having your own. I don't know. Like they're not going to be around. I don't know. The way they're going, they need to really rebrand and maybe reduce. I don't think you need 500 girls. I just don't.
Well, I'm just thinking like this. So, what numbers do AKB do at handshake events. What is the number now? 15,000? You would say?
What, you mean like
at
per
one
event?
per event? What you would say?
I'd say that's a fair number.
Yeah,
Matsui Jurina, I think, holds
Okay.
what do you think? Like 20,000-30,000 actually.
Yeah,
It's always
something
pretty
like that.
high.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Actually.
Okay.
The big mall
So
does, yeah.
at a concert, so their last concert, how many people are those? Also 15,000, you would say, right?
Yeah, stadium size, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay. So you have the core members who go to everything. That's 15,000. Then you have the sleeper fans who maybe go once in a while. So what fair number would say? 5,000?
Maybe even a little higher.
A
You could
little
probably
higher.
go.
Okay, so 10,000 maybe. You say.
Yeah, we'll just say.
Yeah.
Okay, so 20,000 fans about that. Then you have fans who just occasionally listen. So you go up there. So in the end, I would say you're not even close to 100,000, right? Of AKB fans.
No,
No.
probably not.
So just think about that basically. So they're selling parts. Yeah, like, oh, they sold 1 million in one day. But how many people actually bought it? And that's what I'm thinking now. So if their core fan base is less than 100,000, that eventually that will dry out, because
Oh, sure.
the thing
As
is,
they get older.
there's no new fans coming in, right?
No new influx, I would say. Very little, very little.
And currently you still have the Nogi fans and the Kea fans also, who are now saying, no, I'm just gonna go to Nogi stuff, or I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go to Kea stuff. And maybe a new group comes in, because we talk about the 46 and 48 groups a lot, but you also have like other top idols, but they don't have the handshake events every weekend, but they still, when they have a concert, it's gonna sell out. You have the Johnnies as well and stuff like that in music. If they're going like this, because the world music is also an influence on there. So your core group is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Maybe, okay, maybe not in the next few years, but there will be a limit on this if you could go this course. You need to get those new fans. You need to get that hot like top again. Like everybody knows AKB48, not just Akihabara. You know that you. It's funny when they have those travel shows, or they go to like a town that's like not like a main city like Tokyo, Kyoto, or something. They go into a town. It's like, do you know who I am? It's like,
Nope.
no,
Right.
not really. And then I'm thinking like, how?
Okay, Robin. Let me build on what you're saying. So you said the idea of a viral video, right? Like AKB needs something like that, where it just goes global. It's everyone's crazy. It's like another Gangnam Style, but for AKB, right? Can you imagine when all the people flock to Akihabara, to the donkey, and they're given this the minute they try to go up the frickin' steps to the theater?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna backfire because AKB is so ridiculously backwards on their approach to foreign fans. So, you're gonna have all these foreign fans. I can't wait to see this Gangnam Style AKB, and they're not even allowed because they don't have an address in Japan. I mean, it would be the biggest it'd be like the worst thing to happen to them, because it would just leave such a bitter taste in everyone's mouth, and eventually all the stories would come out, all these fans flocking to the AKB cafe, nobody even speaks English there, and it's like they don't know what to do, and it's like and then you don't see any of the members, you can't go to any of the concerts, they don't do national shows. I mean, well, they do, but good luck getting a ticket because they make it extremely obscure. And then you try to do the handshake ticket, you better read a Bible on how to do it, even though it is simple. But if you're a first timer, incredibly, intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, they got to restructure. They have to, if you want foreign fans to do well and you're going to give them a viral video, or videos you think could go viral and make songs for foreign fans, you better follow that through. All the fans are going to come to Japan, you better get that.
Do you guys remember what the last viral video was of AKB48?
The sumo. Oh,
sorry, the what?
The what?
Do you mean like the music video or variety? Right?
What is AKB48's viral video?
Cockroach video.
The cockroach.
Yeah? No, I wouldn't say that, because that was huge, because it went to news outlets on TV stations. But the last one that went viral was the Junken Taikai, where
I remember that. I remember that.
where Team B, what's her name again?
Tanamin.
Yeah,
Tanamin.
where she won. It's like, what the hell, Japan? And then they show the entire final Junken and then the result to that. That was the last viral video. And then you have the impression, look, like a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, this is weird. They're playing rock paper scissors. But you also have people who's going to be like, what is this? And they're going to go down the rabbit hole. Then you get those. Then you get those top moments. So they need that again. And preferably it would be a music video, because that's their main thing, I would say. But yeah, you can also have a segment on this. You know, do something interesting. That's gonna be like so amazing that the world's gonna see, not just for Japanese fans. And you're gonna say that, yeah, their attitude needs to change, because it's like the members themselves are like, let's do international, and the management's like, nah, dame, just keep it down low. We're fine. We don't have that many fans, but they buy a lot.
Management needs to eat the rainmaker. Just skip out the management and do international, I think, because I have a feeling management is stopping so much ideas from the members or even Akimoto himself. It's irritating at this point, I would say. So, yeah, I don't know, but that's my own thought on it.
I think that's the biggest thing. Okay, anything else before we move on to something new?
No, I think it's a good place to say that basically we've been calling this for a while, though, all of us. I think, you know, we see the writing on the wall because we study AKB as much as we do. I think these are all good points, and the only thing I can say is, you know, let's wait for the next single. Let's see what happens. You know, you never know. That what you said could be right around the corner.
Who knows?
I'm always hopeful.
So we got a little happy news, and I was very pleased when I saw this online. And it was from the manager of SKE48, who posted that he was basically having lunch with Matsui Jurina. Yep. And you can tell Matsui Jurina, you know, she had her smile, at least. I'm happy to that. She lost a lot of weight, very pale, so I don't know what was going on. It's not pregnancy though, Derek, because...
Sorry about that. Sorry
to do that rumor.
I already responded. I told him, like, loud, it's cool, we're just being funny.
We got called out. We got called out on that one. Oh, yeah.
I knew I was. I knew it would happen.
Yeah,
Somebody's gonna have a problem with that.
how to start rumors on the internet is always funny.
Let's do it.
But, yeah, she's getting there. It really, like, she took a very hard hit, and I'm just gonna say, maybe winning just broke the glass and just crushed her completely. She's a lot of stress.
I think it was the workload.
Yeah, combined.
Because she had to do Produce, SKE single, AKB single. He had to deal with the Sosenkyo at that time as well.
Yeah, it was too much for her, so... But it looks like, I think the return will be maybe this month somewhere.
Hopefully during the Junket, I would say. Even if it's just a cameo, I'm still happy.
No, she's not in Junkin, so it's only now... The
maybe,
previous rounds has been there, so it's going to be...
Maybe October or November.
I'm not sure I'm buying the stress thing though, because like this is a girl who in the documentaries we've seen AKB put out, there was a discussion about how when Achan was always sick or upset, who took her place? You know, it was Jurina. And Jurina was always up for it. She was always up challenge. Now maybe it's because she was younger then, maybe she's getting older, and in all of her 23 years of existence.
Oh man, she's old.
She's an old lady now. That's like 80. Yeah. So it's like, you know, basically maybe that's it. But I'm not buying. I think something else happened. I honestly do. I think. Well, thankfully it's not pregnancy. I hope. And let's hope it wasn't a boyfriend that broke her heart or something stupid like that. Let's just. I mean, I guess if it is fatigue and stress, then, you know, I wish her. Well, either way, no matter what it is, I wish her well. But I'm saying, like, I don't know. I still feel like it's something big happened, and that picture's a staged thing. You know, it's just, hey, I'm back, but you know.
I'm very happy with the picture for one reason, is because this is what we wanted. We want the information to have the little road to recovery ideas. Like, don't worry, guys, I'm coming back soon. That's the message that was delivered to me. It's like just hanging there for a while and. Yeah, and people.
You know why it happened?
The majority is missing. Why it happened? Tell me.
Because we had our show and we talked about it forever yesterday, our last show, and of course, true to our show's spirit, it just came out right after.
Yeah.
Anytime we talk about something, like something else, it's like literally every time.
Hey, maybe the manager from SK was listening to it. It's just like, oh, I hear Matsui Jurina now. Well, maybe
Really?
it's time to go there. It's like, maybe he was like sitting in the shop and he was across there and just watching a bit, and he heard like, hey, could we take a picture quickly? All right, done, send. Let's continue the show. It's like, man, he really doesn't like Sentimental Train. Just going on that side.
Oh my.
Well, they did announce another surprise photo book with the Sosenkyo members. I don't know why they do it again. It seems like they're doing an extra one. But they're now saying, Matsui Jurina is not in this photo book. And why then bring it out? I do not understand.
I thought I heard from Okada Nano fans' Twitter account that they're gonna edit in after she comes back.
Stop editing.
Well,
it's like you're not a video game business. It's not like you can do DLC when the game it's not early access. I'm not paying for early access music videos.
So there's like no point to even buying it until she comes back, if that's what they're going to do.
However, I'm looking to buy maybe Imaizu Yui because they showed a little pictures on there, and that was like, okay, that is very interesting.
Yep.
Josh has already pre-ordered, I believe. So
yeah, I'm not surprised there. No surprise there.
No, but it seriously, it's like, do not make this like an early access thing or like a beta thing. It's like we're gonna edit in later, edit in post. Like that's very wrong way to go.
Yeah.
Basically, you can then make a center, and it's like, yeah, we're just gonna. Maybe they're gonna be starting like this. Okay, so we have a new single. 4 members are currently not here, but we'll edit them out later. And then you have just someone doing only the dance, and then later you get other people combining there. Does that work? Is that a thing?
I hope not. Not as far as I know, in any case. So.
That's the bad route to take. Like then you're gonna lose a lot more fans. Even though we just said the CD doesn't matter, you still have people who are like, well, they're getting really unprofessional to this. Why should I support this unprofessionalism?
Yeah, even the bad CG. There must have been a company that could have produced a better CGI of Jurina than.
Yeah, maybe that's also under Akimotoyashi. 2020/7. That's the whole concept. Idiots.
Yeah, because it's not a Mizugi surprise. It's a Shifuku surprise now.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. Am I missing anything else that happened?
There was a showroom showed their coupling song for the showroom Senbatsu.
Oh yeah. The one with Nakai Rika as Sendai.
How was that?
So far is my favorite song of the single.
Okay.
It was nice to listen to, but
I haven't heard it actually.
That's it.
It's better than everything else that's been put out. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It's more EM style, so of course I like it. Nakai Rika, I thought shone very brightly in it. I thought she was obviously good, but again, the camera finds her very easily. I think her face is very camera friendly.
I don't think she has a good fan base, to be honest.
Well, I'm not saying about fan base. I'm talking more like just visually. I mean, it's
visuals, pure visuals, yeah.
If you didn't know anything about her, I mean, you'd be like, "Oh, who's that girl? She's pretty," But I would say like, it's just again cookie cutter. Like literally EDM 4 on the floor, got it done. Let's get it over with. Put them on some light stands and throw a bunch of black lights at them, and we're good. It's just come on. It's like we've seen this video before. NMB did it 10 times better with Must Be Now. Come on.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Anything else? Or that's it, pretty much. I would say.
Yeah, it was.
It's a slow week.
Slow week, I would say.
Yeah, biggest thing.
We done?
Well, yeah. Hey, we're at 54 minutes already, so almost an hour.
Oh.
Things are going fast. Yeah, the biggest thing I would say Produce48, but no, we're not gonna spoil the stuff in there since not everybody has still seen it. It's because it's 3.5 hours. You crazy people. And so Derek, you're currently watching it. You said so. Just for the people right now, how far are you in?
They just announced the name of the group. iZone. That's as far as like another hour.
The face palm.
It's gonna be torture for you. it's it's gonna be at moments.
It's torture. Yeah.
Luckily, I think you can skip with clicks. I would recommend that on that side. It's I think GinoZX and I watched it the entirety, but there's so many more. Just like we yelled, just announce it. It was it. Okay, it's not a spoiler, but when they go through the announcements, it takes 2 minutes of silence, just background music, before they announce something.
The name, oh god.
Every name during the show. Every moment, I am dead serious. Every moment during the show, to make it exciting, they just 2 minutes of nothing. Just seeing people, because remember, because it's live, they can't do the 5 times repeat stuff, so they do the just pandering to the audience and pandering to this person, and the MC is just gonna talk unless he's on camera. Enjoy for that for 3 hours.
Oh dear.
My life. Ugh. Still amazing show, but
it could have been shorted. It could have been shorted quite
a
a bit.
lot. Okay. Well, if that's it, then I would like to go for our recommendations and plugs. So who would like to start on that note?
Steve, you go first?
I guess me. So the only thing that I really have to plug is the video that I made of my Eats Meets West Music Fest, my full thoughts in more details. Watch that. It's a good video, right, Derek?
It was very humbling. Thank you. It was very nice what you said. Thank you. It's also pretty in depth, so you go really in depth. So yes, definitely recommend it.
And anything else?
Nah, not that I can think of, to be honest.
DX?
Don't you have some interviews coming out?
Oh yeah, for my interview. So, it's gonna take a while because I asked my Japanese teacher to help me, but she kind of did the same thing with what Marie was doing with the translations. So I'm gonna ask the Japanese exchange students to help me translate them instead. I don't think it's gonna take that long because they're like 10-minute videos, and then with the cuts, it should be shorter. So probably like 6 minutes per video. So it shouldn't take that long to translate. Just whenever they help me, which is probably going to be during like tutoring sessions.
Cool.
Alright, DX?
I'm almost done with my blog post for the Patreon, and hopefully I can get it up somewhere this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that because due to time restraints because of work, now it's finally a little bit over because I have a month off. I can focus a lot more on the Patreon stuff. So people who were supporting us, I'm sorry that it took a while. Expect a lot of content coming soon. Even our extra content, the Produce48 stuff. I'm just gonna talk to the guys and see if we have time to just knock a few ones out of the park. So expect a lot of content coming on that soon. And yeah, your blog post, your videos. So support Patreon if you want to. Just help us out, and the content will be just coming very shortly.
Cool.
Okay, and anything for shows you want to recommend that's coming up?
I would say the usual. I would say. I don't think there's something special planned for any.
The usual is not even that great. So the three things I always watch because of Good Enough subs is Keiki Takakanai. It's a very serious one. It's very good for the girls, but it was like just little funny moments in there. Nogisaga Under Construction and AK Bingo. That's like, what am I watching? It's not even that great right now. So we've been watching also Majimuri Gakuen, and I really cannot stand the 4 main protagonists of the show. Yui, even a worse actor than Miyawaki Sakura. I can't believe it. It's
wow. They found it.
It's so bad. The only thing I really like right now is the supporting cast. Like not even the idols. I really like the male actors. The like when they're gonna fight. Those are good actors and stunt people. So that's a good watch. But other than that, the show is not that great. So it's still a recommendation, but just see how it is actually.
Yeah, don't judge it too much, I would say.
Yeah.
I would probably recommend watching Hiragana Oshi instead of like Kayakite, because
Oh, yeah,
Kayakite is kind
yeah.
of boring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
a good one.
Actually, yeah.
And maybe some HK Tingo. I think that's going well.
Mm.
The usual on that side. No, not many events are coming up. I do love now that a lot of the members are ditching showroom and going to Instagram Live because they have a lot more freedom on that side. So.
Yeah, no after 12 limit. So yeah.
So that's nice to them. Yeah, Derek, go take it away.
Yeah, so a couple things, right? So first of all, if you haven't had a chance to check out my Patreon, please go there because I did a pretty massive write-up of Eats Meets West Music Fest. That's my most recent one. Plus, I have been a little bit more active than I usually am on there, just because there's a lot of stuff going on this summer leading up to the fest and just in general in life. I don't know, if you're interested in idol stuff, and I talk a lot about idols in there, much more openly than I would, I guess, publicly now that I'm kind of staff. I don't know, give it a look. I'd appreciate it greatly. Also, it helps me, stay in this world, this crazy world of idols. As far as other plugs, I would say, I'd like to hear from everyone, especially in the comments. I'm back in the comments now. I've been answering every one of them that I can. Usually when I answer the first 3 or 4 days, you guys, when we have the video up, anything past that I tend not to. So if you want me to answer, I would say try to get in your comments right away, because I do tend to now that I'm back, I don't have East Meets West over my shoulders. I can actually focus on stuff. I want to get back into that. I've always really enjoyed listening to reading everybody's thoughts, and I do go and I think about them a lot, and also like to respond to everything I can. But give me your thoughts about what we're talking about, because even though it's a short episode this week, it is kind of a relevant episode for always discussing AKB's future. What do you guys think would be the way? What is your how do you see AKB surviving in the next 10 years? Because we all want it. I mean, as critical as we are, like I love them, and we all love them, and I know AKB still has a lot of life left. I just feel with my heart that they do, or else I wouldn't be doing this. But I think like I just feel like they need something.
Yeah, they lost their way.
Yeah, they lost their way, and we need to help them get it back, I think. So maybe if we could say that without sounding horribly presumptuous and pretentious, which I hope that didn't come off like that.
No.
But I'm just saying, as fans, it's just I'd like to see them keep doing well, and I want to hear what you have to say. Last thing is, next big couple projects. Necronomida will be performing at the HP Lovecraft Film Festival in October, the first weekend of October. They are the guests of honor, and they will also be performing at the Lovecraft Bar, which is like right down the street from the festival. And it's just as it implies, it's a bar that celebrates Cthulhu and everything Lovecraftian. So Ricky, the manager for Necromidal, is basically in Lovecraftian heaven. He's actually going to be doing panels. The girls are going to be on panels, and we're fleshing out everything now. But it's going to be a great weekend. Another reason why I want you to go to my Patreon is help me with money for that, because I want to get a plane ticket to go. Because believe it or not, I'm not getting paid for that one. I set it up, but it's a little bit hard in the finances for everyone. So. If you could help me get there, that would be great. I'd love to be able to do that. That'd be great. Last but not least, in November, and we'll be announcing all of the dates and specifics really soon. Necronomidal will be on tour with Oyasumi Hologram. They will be doing the East Coast of America in New York City and Philadelphia. Oyasumi Hologram, or we call them Oya Holo. Oya Holo will be doing the West Coast as well. You hear that clicking too?
Yeah, I heard it too. Someone is cutting something.
Yeah, somebody's. Yeah. Well. So anyway, so Oyasumi Hologram will be in San Francisco and San Jose for a series of dates, and they are going to be joined by Toriana. Not a friend. I don't want to use that word because that implies like we talk or something, but just somebody I've known a long, long time. One of the very first Japanese artists I was ever introduced to. And she was gracious enough to accept my invite to go, and I'm really grateful for that. So Oya Holo and Toriana will be on the West Coast, and then the East Coast will be Necronomidal and Oyasumi hologram only. Also on the East Coast, a particular show I want all of you to be aware of, although they're all going to be great, because Oya Hollow is actually going to be in New York almost by themselves for like 3 days. They're going to be doing shows pretty much every day. There is the New York Asia Music Festival that I'm putting together. It's not quite as epic as Eats Me West in terms of like 6 months of planning, crazy VIP, all that. It's nothing like that, but it's basically a celebration of Asians playing music, because every group that's playing has somebody of Asian descent in it, and that's the only requirement. I have like 9 groups basically.
Whoa.
It's going to be all day, and the groups I have are absolutely incredible. I mean, everybody's in for a treat. They're not just idols. It's just Asians in general doing all kinds of different genres, but also idols. And I just think it's going to be an important event. I like doing stuff like this because I think it's important to have like shows with themes, shows with ideas, and also stuff that has meaning. If you're Asian, or you have Asian family, or you're of Asian descent, or even if you're not of Asian descent, but you can appreciate diversity in music, this is the one show out of all the shows I really hope I'll be, seeing all of you at, because I don't know, it means a lot more than just a tour. Don't get me wrong, Oya Hollows, this is their first time in America. They're so excited to be there. They're going all out on this. So go, if for no other reason, to support Oya Hollow. But I'm saying this is also another reason to go. Asians don't get nowhere near the amount of attention, respect, and love that they deserve on the big screen and Hollywood and movies, music. It just, it's like what we were talking about. Like, it's one of the reasons why J-pop can't just come over and walk over into America and like, hey, here we are, accept us. It's just something about it. I don't know. And I think we need to fix that, as a father of somebody who's half Asian, believe me, it's very close to my heart to do this kind of thing. And I hope it is to you too. So there's a little bit more of purpose to this tour as well. I'm not saying East Meets West didn't have a purpose. There's a huge purpose, but I'm saying this is important. So we'll have ticket links. I'll have all that. We're still fleshing it out. I have meetings to everyone tomorrow, so I'm going to go through all that. But basically, this will all be up super soon. VIP is going to be there, but it's not going to be too crazy this time. It's going to be a little bit more controllable. I am looking for sponsors, so that's the other thing I'd say recommend. If you want to be a sponsor of the fest, hit me up. Pretty easy to find, so just hit me up. Let me know what you can contribute. Let me know what you want out of it. If you want to do interviews and sponsor for that, I can get you interviews. Whatever you want. Just let me know what it would take to have your sponsorship money. Again, I don't have a huge overhead on this, but it's huge enough that I could use some sponsors. But it's Oya Hollow crowdfunded pretty much this whole tour for themselves. But, Toriana, Nick Roma, we could all use a little bit of help. So if you could help, that would be great. And that's it. And you'll hear me talk about this every time. So please keep going.
Oh,
sorry, I'm gonna annoy you guys.
It's always okay. You have a lot of work because it's your job basically. So.
Yep.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah. But with that though, I would say thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk. We'll see you next time then. Bye everybody.
Jojo.
Bye.
Jojo.
Bye.